Greetings. I'm Mark Gasparato, president of the Gasparato Group, and welcome to the Struggle Well webpage. This short video gives you an overview of page contents and downloadable resources. We define resilience as the ability to withstand, adapt to, recover from, and even get stronger in the face of adversity. Withstand, adapt, recover, stronger, all as a result of adversity. The perception and impact of adversity can vary greatly among individuals, influenced by personal, cultural, and situational factors. So what might be a minor inconvenience to one person could be a significant challenge to another, depending on their resources, support systems, past experiences, and coping mechanisms. This program and these digital resources are intended to bolster your coping mechanisms and support systems so you can learn to struggle well. Principle number 1. Many people think that resilience is an innate trait of being so tough that you're impervious to stress. But the truth is that resilience is a skill that can be taught, learned, and practiced. This is about understanding the science of resilience, psychology, and physiology, and then putting in the repetitions to practice. Ultimately, life is like an ultramarathon with some sprints built in. And as I was once advised, to train for a marathon, you have to run one. You only become resilient when you're tested and challenged, when you struggle. This is also where you can find the buttons to download the workbook, either as a printable or fillable PDF. This workbook is primarily meant for workshop participants. However, it's available to people who attended the keynote or anyone interested in the topic. Before we look at the other principles, let's explore two frameworks. The analogy that I use to describe personal resilience is a four-legged table, where the four legs are body, mind, heart, and soul. So the physical, intellectual, emotional, and spiritual. And spiritual does not necessarily mean religion, but it certainly could be. And the tabletop equates to our relationships or our social network. And the physical properties of a four-legged table are such that you could shorten or remove one of the legs, and the table will still stand. It'll stand until the right amount of pressure is applied in the right place. Then it'll tip or even fall. So our resilience is no different. We can go a while without proper sleep or nutrition, or bottling up our emotions, or being disconnected until the stress builds up, and then we'll tip and fall. So to be resilient means we need to work on all elements of our humanity. And the second framework. Well, there are three phases to resilience. Phase 1 is preparation, where you develop protective factors before an adverse event. Phase 2, performance. It's about executing coping strategies during adversity. And phase 3, recovery, where you facilitate healing and adaptation. Now, the next principles each relate to these phases. And the principles that I'll show you are not the only experiments or activities related to those phases. However, they're overarching or symbolic of them. Principle number 2. To prepare, you can't click your way to resilience. You need to do hard things. It's about gaining the knowledge and skills and then conducting ongoing training to increase your level of stress tolerance, helping you thrive in sustained performance rather than burning out after intense bursts. You must then apply this principle to your entire resilience table. Next. Principle number 3. To perform under stress and in crisis, breathing is the key to self-control. Breathing is a semi-autonomous physiological function, meaning we can consciously influence it even though it usually operates on its own. And this direct mind-body connection allows us to use breathing techniques to calm our nervous system reducing the physiological responses to stress and improving our ability to think clearly and make more rational decisions. And there's a whole series of actions we can take in that calm state. Next, principle number 4. To recover, you need to treat sleep and rest as a planned activity. Recovery is 1/3 of the resilience equation, and you minimize or disregard it at your peril. So the expression "you can sleep when you're dead" should really be "a lack of sleep will put you in an early grave." Incorporate recovery into your daily, weekly, quarterly, and yearly cadence to maximize your performance. Proper rest allows all parts of your resilience table to recover and provides the space to learn from the experiences to adapt to the next challenge. That is how we learn to struggle well. At the bottom of the webpage is the link to a 25-question assessment, which takes about 5 minutes to complete. It asks 5 questions for each part of the resilience table, and in total, scores you out of 100 points. Once submitted, you'll receive an email with your score and how you answered the questions. So your results create a behavioral map for you to follow in terms of the active steps and habits that you can develop to strengthen your resilience table. Please try it out. I appreciate you watching and visiting the Struggle Well webpage. These experiments with resilience are based on my and my team's experiences in the military, the entrepreneurial arena, and the journey of life. I hope the content is of value. Please follow and stay in touch with me and the Gasparotto Group on LinkedIn and YouTube. Thank you, and take care.